Hey guys, this is Stephanie, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My last video, or I guess my first video, I said that I was going to tell the story about how my ex-boyfriend took my mom on a high-speed chase, so here it is. A few summers ago, actually that was a long time ago, while ago, during the summer, I was friends with a group of guys. I guess we'll just call them the crew. This group of friends consisted of me, my sister Brittany, my sister Erica, Megan, and 4 boys. Just to give you a rundown of these 4 boys. 1, my older sister dated. 1, I dated. 1, Megan liked. And 1 liked me and my little sister. Ooh. The 8 of us were very close. Like, we literally did everything together. Like, that sounded weird. We were with each other 24/7. Like, we would wake up and just go hang out. Even though this felt like a long time period, it really wasn't. This group of friends did not last long. I would say it pretty much started when my older sister and her boyfriend broke up. That was the first set that tore. My sister, she went off to college and he was still in high school, so it didn't really work. It wasn't like a bad breakup, like they were still like kind of friends, because like I said, this crew was very close. But then things got complicated. Like I mentioned, one of the boys was like obsessed with me, like literally obsessed. But then when I started dating my boyfriend, who was part of this group, he slowly got over me and, well, I don't know if he got over me, but he started to really like my little sister. Mind you, me and my sisters aren't like that far apart. Like she is only 3 years younger than me, and my older sister is only 3 years older than me, so we're all very close in age. But yeah, he started to really like my little sister. Nobody liked him back. We just only viewed him as a friend, nothing more. And I don't know if this is what led to what I'm about to say. I don't know if it was like he was angry over it. I don't know if he meant it as a joke. I don't know. Because Erica didn't like him back, or so I think, he called my little sister a skank. And even though some of you are probably thinking like, well, that's not that bad. I mean, at the time, my sister was very young. I mean, we were all very young. And it's just not something, not only do you not call your friends that, but you don't call someone you like that. There were so many things that led up to this anyway. Like, he just, I don't know. I'm trying so hard to be nice about this, even though I really can't stand him. That's kind of when we all realized this just wasn't working, and we kind of went our separate ways, all of us, except me and my boyfriend. We were still dating, so it kind of made things awkward. He wanted to be friends with this person who just called my little sister a skank, but it was like, obviously I'm not going to be okay with that. A couple months down, we ended up breaking up, and that was the end of that, or so we thought. Fast forward to the next summer, I think it was. I could be wrong when I say this, but I want to say it was the next summer after all of this has happened. There was a time that I attempted to reconnect with my ex, but long story short, he didn't want that. Moving on. This was late at night. Me, my little sister, my mom were in the house. It was like, my little sister, she was already sleeping. My mom, I think she was sleeping too, and I was awake in my bedroom. We're all in 3 different rooms. I just heard this loud bang, and I immediately knew it was my front door, because I know what my front door sounds like, because I've hit that door many times. That's a whole nother story. If you want to know why I crashed into my door and ended up in the hospital, let me know in the comments. I don't know how to describe this door, but if literally anything touches the door, like, you'll hear it. Like, it echoes. It kind of made the sound louder than it actually was. But this was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I ran out to the living room. And it woke my mom up, and she ran out to the living room too. And we're looking at each other, we're like, what was that? she looks outside, she's like, I don't see anything. So she goes in her room, she grabs her gun, and then she goes outside, and I'm standing there waiting for her to come back in because I have no idea what it is. Like, we literally, like I said, it was such a loud noise, it literally could have been anything. She comes back in and she's like, there's a dead fish at our door. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, it was like, you know how like if you go to one of those fairs and you like play like one of those games to like win a like goldfish or something, like it was one of those. It was like in a bag and it was dead on my front porch because it hit my door. We didn't know like who the heck it was. I mean, it was late at night, you know, and I live in a private community, so the only person it could be is someone that lives in that community or somebody that got called into the community. Of course, I had my suspicions. I was like, it's that boy that likes me and my little sister. My mom calls security and she tells them about everything, and she was like, this is what happened, we don't know who did it. And she was like, have you seen anyone out tonight? And he was like, mind you, my mom, she worked for security too. She was very close with the security guards. And he was like, you know, I saw this one car, and he described the car, and immediately my mom was like, I know who that is. There was only one boy in our entire group that drove, and I mean, we all know his car. So, my mom, not even telling me what the security guard just said, where she's going, leaves. Like, she gets in her car and she leaves. Instead of waiting for another security guard to handle it themselves, she's like, well, I'm just gonna do it myself. And she left. And I'm like, oh my god, like, what's happening? Like, I literally, like, I just saw her drive away. I had no idea why she drove away. When she left, she was on the phone, and I assumed it was my dad. So instead of calling him, I was like, I'm just gonna call my sister Brittany. And I'm telling her about the whole thing. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Mother just left the house. I have no idea. So during this whole time, I don't know what's going on. Now I'm gonna tell you everything that my mom told me. My mom gets in the car, she's driving around, she's going near all the boys' houses because she knows where they all live, and she's gonna figure out where they are. Starts driving down the main road in our development, and somebody passes her. And guess who it is? The crew. My mom, she immediately spins the car around and she starts going after them. And they are like, they have her on a high-speed chase. They are going, and she was not giving up. She was following them. He ends up pulling into one of the boys' driveways. So my mom pulls in right behind them. She gets out of the car and she goes up to the car. And there's only 2 boys in this car. So immediately my mom is questioning them, and she's like, why did you throw a fish at the door, blah blah blah, you know, it's obvious it's them. And of course, like, for whatever reason, the driver is lying, you know, it's like, it's clearly them, like, at that point, it's not even worth lying about. But, you know, he's denying it, and my mom was like, who else was in this car, blah blah blah, because she didn't know if it was just them 2, or if the other 2 boys were involved as well. Meanwhile, the security guard that my mom spoke to earlier, who she's very close with, is like blowing up her phone, like, where are you? Where are you? Like, don't do anything, let me handle it, because she's not on duty. She ends up telling him where she is, and he pulls up behind too, and he's questioning him, and of course he's still lying, even though, like I said, it's not worth it at this point, because it's obvious it's them. My mom started blaming the whole group for this. That's when they said, oh no, the one boy was not part of it, but Stephanie's ex was. The one that I assumed done all this, like, I literally thought it was the boy that liked me and my little sister. Turns out, he was not a part of this at all. I think he was at the fair the whole time, or maybe he never even went. I have no idea, but he had nothing to do with this. But they ratted my ex out. So, my mom and the security guard drove over to my ex's house. So everything was like, alright, my mom explained what happened. You know, I'm sure he got grounded for, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, I don't know. I assume he got grounded. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, if I threw a fish at my ex's door, I'd be surprised if my mom was like, oh yeah, good job. Well, it turns out the guy I dated, the guy my sister dated, and the guy that Megan liked were all a part of this throwing a fish at my front door. I still to this day couldn't tell you why. I mean, I don't know if they're just trying to be funny and they're like, hey, let's throw a fish at their door. I have no idea. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they did it. I couldn't tell you. Haven't spoken to any of them since then. I mean, I have no intentions of speaking to any of them now. It was such a long time ago, and They don't try to contact us, and we don't try to contact them. So what happened in the end? I think they all ended up getting fined a few things. I think like trespassing or past like curfew. And they all did try to fight it. They clearly trespassed, like there was just nothing they could do. But, you know, A for effort, they tried, they failed, I'm pretty sure they got fined. I don't know if they ever ended up paying their fines, I mean, for all I know, maybe they didn't. So yeah, that is what happened. Be careful who you choose to be friends with. Be careful who you choose to date. You never know when they might decide to just throw a fish at your door. I am very sad that they couldn't use anything else to hit my front door with. Like, why did they have to kill a fish in the process? Like, if you wanted to hit my door for whatever reason, like, throw anything else. Like, even if you broke the door, like, why kill a fish? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to do an X series, I got you. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me all the crazy things that your exes have done after you guys are broken up. Alright, bye!
That crew can't hang with us, man, we're too dangerous. Ain't got the style or the stamina, just doing our thing, get hooked on our swing. Rocking the place, dropping the bass, making all the girls sing.